Okay, Edwin, time to let everybody in on what we're talking about this week.
Okay, so there is this strange... Maybe you might have slept over a dead body in your life and you don't know about it. So this is interesting, right? So this was a topic that was like circulating around the internet. And people were wondering, is this real or is this fake? Mm-hmm. And then I think it's Snopes. Is it Snopes? Is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah.
Snopes.com? Snopes. Yeah.
I don't know which one.
They got it came to their attention and they started investigating if this was real or not real. And it turns out, well, we'll find out. We'll find out if it's real. No, it's real.
Oh, well, spoiler alert. It's real.
It's real. So yeah, we looked into it and got a couple of cases, so that's pretty cool. And also we're going to be going over a creepypasta. I started listening to all these things reading, like back in the Reddit forums, back when like things were even just normal forums.
Right.
Where people would upload stories and they would seem real. I always thought of creepypastas as like stories that felt very real, but they were made up.
Yeah, I think of creepypastas as like modern urban legends, right? Like it's like instead of calling it an urban legend,
right,
people call it a creepypasta.
A man and a woman went to Las Vegas for their honeymoon and checked into a suite at a hotel. When they got to their room, they both detected a bad odor. The husband called down to the front desk and asked to speak to the manager. He explained that the room smelled very bad and they would like another suite.
Like, I mean, they're in Vegas, so is it just cigarettes? Does it just smell like cigarettes? I mean...
Yeah, I guess it could have been.
I mean...
It smelled real like a bad odor, though, so I guess that's... Yeah, cigarettes do stink.
Yeah, cigarettes stink, but...
He explained that the room smelled very bad and they would like another suite. The manager apologized and told the man that they were all booked because of a convention. He offered to send them to a restaurant of their choice for lunch compliments of the hotel, and said that he was going to send up a maid.
That doesn't really like make up for it. I don't think. Like if your room stinks and then they just send you to lunch and you still have to sleep in your stinky room.
Well, they were sending a maid.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like, oh, sorry, here you go.
I'm like already writing the Yelp review in my mind for this hotel.
At least you get to leave the room. So
that's true. Like... That's very true. They just send up room service, so you just get to eat. Ew. Oh, God. Terrible Yelp review.
Oh, God. Okay, so, and then said that he was going to send a maid up to the room to clean and try to get rid of the odor. After a nice lunch, the couple went back to the room. When they walked in, they could both still smell the horrible odor. Again, the husband called the front desk and told the manager that the room still smelled really bad. The manager told the man that they would try and find a suite at another hotel. He called every hotel on the strip, but every hotel was sold out because of the convention.
See, that sounds like a creepypasta right there, because it's like there's definitely a room in Vegas. But anyway, continue.
Yeah. Oh, man, you just ruined it. But yeah, that's true. Because there's always somewhere to stay there.
Yeah. And it's like $30. Like, it's just like, it's not expensive. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, it says, the manager told the couple that they couldn't find them a room anywhere, but that they would try to clean the room again. The couple wanted to see the sights and do a little gambling anyway, so they said they would give them 2 hours to clean and then they would be back. When the couple had left, the manager and all the housekeeping staff went into the room to try to find what was making it smell so bad. They searched the entire suite and found nothing. So the maids changed the sheets, changed the towels, took down the curtains and put new ones up, cleaned the carpet and cleaned the suite again and using the strongest cleaning products they had. So now it's going to smell like...
Now it's going to smell like bleach.
Yeah. And Windex and all that.
Yeah, Febreze.
The couple went back 2 hours later and found the room still had a bad odor. The husband was so angry at this point, he decided to find whatever the smell was himself. So he started tearing the entire suite apart. As he pulled the top mattress off the box spring of the bed, he found a dead body of a woman. That's how it is. So, yeah, normally a creepypasta, they should add something about, like, you know, what stage of composition, something like that.
Do you think still stayed in the room? Like after,
Because where would they go, right?
Yeah, you just go home? Are they there for the convention? Like, I mean, I'm confused. Like, what are these people gonna do now?
I don't know if they're there for the convention, but yeah, they should explain more. Like, what was up with this?
Is this their romantic getaway and they found a body and they're like, this is our only vacation this year. We're gonna stay.
Well, they probably
get that body out of here.
2 hours. Yeah, give them 2 hours to get rid of the body. We'll be back. We'll do some gambling.
Have the cops do the crime scene thing, and like we'll be back in 2 hours after we've left the blackjack table.
I think something like this, it probably spread. People are like, oh, wow, like, is this real? Blah, blah, blah. And then people start looking it up. And that's how we end up with, those journalists looking it up.
Right. The real story.
Yeah. And then we actually did some research on it, too.
Great.
Found this one of these stories in starbulletin.com in their archives from way back in the day. This is from 1996. So... This is an article that we wrote, but this is based off of, we got the info from this bulletin, right? Okay. So it says, it was July 24th, 1996, and Lynn was traveling for work. Her brother, Dennis, had tagged along with her, and now they were out on Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena, California, heading toward a local convenience store.
Right near me. That's right near me. Yeah, it's right near me. I went, are there street names? Because I could just totally, I could go out there right now if you want. I could just...
It says Colorado Boulevard.
I drive that all the time.
They were on Colorado Boulevard in Pasadena, California, heading toward a local convenience store to buy something that you normally need while you're at home. So, not at some hotel. So, they were basically going to be looking for air fresheners. That's
Febreze.
Yeah. Lynn, not sponsored.
Febreze is not sponsored by our show, even though I keep plugging them. Maybe they should sponsor our show. Covers the smell of dead bodies.
Lynn owned a company involved in travel. She was well aware of the hotel room scene, and she had a share of different experiences in many places.
Why does that make it sound like she's a swinger? Like, it makes it like you just read that like she's a swinger.
She's familiar with...
Yeah, she's familiar with the hotel scene.
In L.A.
Lynn. Oh, Lynn.
And had her share of different experiences in many places. See
what I mean? You read that like it's... You read that like there's some innuendo. But anyway, continue.
But this time, they had already requested a room change, and this new room had a strange smell. So they were already being like that type of customer, So they had politely told this to the hotel staff, and they came in, apologized, and sprayed down the room.
With them in it, or sprayed down the room with what? Febreze?
Probably. It's funny you ask, with them in it. It's like, yeah, let's just spray.
Yeah, they just around them.
Still, they didn't want to request another room change. They figured they'd just suck it up and stay to be the good hotel guests. They did manage to find the air fresheners, however, so they were out buying stuff at the store.
Right.
Neither of them could have imagined what was really going on, and why her brother kept smelling something he described as kimchi, or fermented cabbage and radish.
Oh, that's so much, so visual, so
yeah.
Sensual.
Sensual?
I don't know. I'm what's you just get it. You just get it in your face. Ugh.
You know how kimchi kind of gets bubbly? What do you call that?
It's fermented.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also it gets a sweet smell, which is the sweets. I only know that because a rat died in my old house and it died in the wall, so I had to deal with this oh god, it's the smell. I would like listeners, if you have ever smelled a dead body, how does it smell compared to a dead rat? Please write in and let us know.
Yeah, I want to know.
But yeah, the dead rat smelled it has It just had this sweet smell, like death has a sweet smell to it, which is really weird. But yeah, it's like a fermented smell, like if you were doing kimchi. Yeah, yeah.
I like that as a title.
I know.
I
It was strangely poetic, but yeah, death has a
Death
sweet
has
smell.
a sweet smell. It was until they received a phone call the following Sunday when they were back in Hawaii, or Hawaii, that they explained the unpleasant smell. And something much more sinister. The police informed them that a woman in her 20s had been in the same room before Lynn and her brother arrived, except the young woman had not left. In fact, her body had been stuffed inside the wooden platform of one of the beds that her brother had slept in. She had been there for 10 days, and her body was decomposing. Yeah.
Did they say she was murdered, or what? She was just put in there. She must have been murdered. I guess, never mind. Why did I even ask that?
She just had natural death.
Yeah, she crawled in and couldn't get out. I don't know. Yeah.
Like...
Never mind. That was.
I was thinking you were asking like if she got murdered or like, oh, she just died of natural causes in the hotel room, and they just stuffed her in there.
Look, just let me drink my coffee. Leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Yeah, the maid stuffs her in there so they don't have to deal with it. That was what I was asking. Obviously, just like I'm not cleaning this up. Just shove her,
you could just imagine her just
shove her in the bed. Just.
I'm curious, like 10 days decomposing.
Oh, I can't imagine you'd be able to. I mean, like that. It took that rat like 30 days to decompose. Like it was awful. I can't imagine a body, a human size, decomposing.
Oh, jeez. Well, the Febreze must have done like a good job. I think, like at least to make it like, like. So you could sleep at least. Sleep there?
I get. Like he must have just sprayed it straight up his nose. Like you just have to take care of it.
It's illegal.
Just two bottles straight up the nose.
Stories of dead bodies found inside hotel rooms are much more common than you might think. Popularized in part by the book The Big Book of Urban Legends, people started using it as a tale that they would tell to scare each other as one of those regular urban legends to scare kids into doing what they were supposed to do. But the story I just told you about actually happened, and there were many others just like it. In 1982, a man that was part of a team of scammers was killed and stuffed.
It's so specific. It's so like... Yeah. Okay, they were scammers. Okay.
Yeah, so maybe so you don't feel as bad.
No, you don't. You really don't. A young woman stuffed in a bed is pretty awful, but like...
Yeah.
A scammer?
Was killed and stuffed under the bed by the other two and was left there, only to be found 2 days after Christmas in North Bergen, New Jersey. The room had been rented out with his body still there for 4 long days.
Ugh.
Of course, the guests noticed the scent, but nobody searched around to find his body peacefully resting under them.
Like, what do they mean peaceful? Like he's... like,
arms crossed in front of him.
Yeah, like, just like...
In a suit.
Yeah, in a suit, just under the bed. Oh my
smiling.
God. Sweet smiling.
Oh, that sweet smell of death. Oh. And yeah, so then it says, this is in Maryland in 1987. A drug trafficker and his partner stayed at a motel. I feel terrible for what we just talked about. This is a guy that died. That sucks.
I know, but yeah.
He's
all of it
sucks. He's a scammer,
sucks.
but still.
Well, it's such a weird detail that he was a scammer, but look, he died peacefully and stayed under the mattress. So, could have been a worse situation.
So this is how true crime people feel?
About what? About
like joking about someone dying?
I think that might be it. Yeah, they do generally feel kind of bad. But, we don't know this guy's name. And also, all of this could be creepypasta.
Yeah, you're right.
Like this, I think that's like the benefit of the doubt with scary stories is that all of it can kind of be creepypasta unless you're literally reading from a newspaper article.
Okay, well, I feel a little better.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we don't know that the scammer was real or not.
Yeah. In Maryland, in 1987, a drug trafficker and his partner stayed at a motel room. But one of them died after one of the drug-filled balloons burst inside of him. He was simply stuffed and left under the motel bed. Okay, so I kind of understand this, right? Like, you're handling a bunch of money. Mm-hmm. Like, these are drugs, so you can go to jail for life or something. I don't know. What
100%. No, you just need to get rid of that body and move on. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense.
And the stories continue from the Travelers Hotel near Miami's International Airport to the Econo Lodge in Alexandria, Virginia, to the Capri Hotel in downtown Kansas, to Las Vegas and Atlantic City. Before the internet and high-speed networks, things were much more difficult to spot. You could get away with murder. The lack of interconnected security cameras or no proper database to search where you had been without cell phones or credit cards tracking your locations made it much easier. That's creepy to me, Michelle. Like, that's like how much people know about us based off of just security cameras, credit cards. You make a purchase, you use an ATM, put gas in a car, intersection, you cross like you're being followed. Like, you don't find that creepy?
I literally have an Alexa sitting next to me on my desk.
While you talk about murders.
Yeah. I can't wait to see the ads pop up on my... It'll be like cleaning supplies. And,
Febreze.
Yeah, Febreze. There's a sale on Febreze. Would you like us to purchase it?
Yeah, this is really creepy. Like, you track your locations now, but back then it really was pretty wild. Like, yeah, you could just be like, yeah, motels were like in the middle of nowhere, side of the road.
I know, it's a type of freedom we don't have anymore and don't really understand. Because we are like so followed now, like we are so tracked. So
yeah, we're used to it. I think boomers really understand this stuff too, like the freedom, and now it's just like anti. It must
be sad for them to understand that there's no going back to that time.
It sucks. But yeah, it sounds pretty wild back then too.
Yeah.
Okay, so then add to the story that motels are usually located on the sides of the road, and so many people come and go, paying in cash and providing unreliable identification.
Yeah.
Motels served as a perfect settings for horror movies, and with good reason.
Oh, 100%. I get creeped out in every hotel all the time, even when they're nice.
Oh, you know those people that go around with those lights?
Yeah,
with those,
thank you. Yeah, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't even like
bodily fluids.
Yeah, I don't like to even touch the hotel remote, you know? Like, hotels are creepy. I had a friend who used to... I had a friend who used to stick his dick in the coffee makers.
For what?
No, who knows? Who knows why he did this? He did it while he was growing up, but he'd stick his dicks in the coffee makers, and I've never used a coffee maker since after he told me that. And I was also like, who are you? Like, who does this? What? Like, now I'll never be able to use the in-room coffee maker again because you did that? Like the fact that someone has done that means that other people have done it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no... You can't go back. You can't unknow that. You can't enjoy your cup of room coffee after that. Like, there's not any way to go. There's no way forward.
And then it says, like, the next time you travel, think about the many people who have been there before.
See?
Before you.
Yeah,
Dang
think
it, Michelle,
about
you really
it.
ruined it. Actually, you made coffee a little bit easier for me to get rid of. Like, okay. So
well, just don't drink room coffee, you know? Like, maybe just, don't drink your room coffee.
Oh, jeez. The laughter, the jokes, the pizza boxes that were once placed over the dressers. And then think about the anger, the cries, and the struggle before one of them took their last breath. How they were dragged into the bed where you're sleeping. And how they were left there to decompose under your bed. Yeah.
Or they stuck their dick in your coffee maker.
Take it, Michelle.
They're either dead under your bed, or they did that and left, which is just as scary and weird.
Let's just assume this is it. Yeah, it's there. Oh, okay.
What? Is there a news story?
There's pictures of it. No, it looks like a normal motel, old. All right, I'm trying to look at the reviews just to see if there's anybody said, yeah, there's this really cool one that says, what I like the most is that they don't bother you at all.
Huh.
For as long as you are an occupant, they respect your privacy. So that explains it. It gives you enough time to
definitely
hide a body.
Stuff a body under your bed. Yeah, 100%. It's nice that they respect your privacy so much that they don't even know if you're even staying there. We could be staying there right now, and they wouldn't know.
Either way, if anybody wants to look it up, there is I'm going to place a link for the archives for starbulletin.com about the news stories. What will we talk about next time?
What will we talk about next time? Tune in next week for your surprise. Be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts, and write to us with any stories that you think you want us to explore or talk about via the description. Edwin's laughing at me because he says I can't do the closing very well. And where is it? Where's the contact?
In the description.
In the description.
In the episode description.
In the episode description. Rate and subscribe, baby.
See you guys.